boys and girls, it's Miss Kay Davis. Thanks for joining me again for Read 3 of the book An Extraordinary Egg. The whole purpose of Read 3 is to talk about the details and retell them in your own words. But before we get started, let's go over the vocabulary. Curious. Curious is eager to learn or know. Inseparable. Hard to keep apart or like to be together. They were inseparable friends. They were always together. Convince means that you're going to talk somebody into something or to make someone to believe something. Extraordinary is unusual, remarkable, wonderful. Content means you are satisfied or happy. Now, an extraordinary egg. The title is An Extraordinary Egg. The title is what the story is called. The author is the person who writes the words, and the illustrator is the person who does the pictures, draws the pictures, finds the pictures. We have read this story 2 times already. So today's purpose is to find the details, to talk about the important parts, to retell the story in your own words. Now, in the story, there was a problem. Jessica the frog finds a special pebble that turns out to be an egg. An alligator hatches from the egg that the frogs believe is a chicken. The chicken and the frogs must learn to be friends and help one another. Now that you know the story so well, you're familiar with it, you have schema about it, I would like for you to help me retell or tell the story. I really wonder why Jessica and the alligator become really good friends. But let's look at the book and find out. An Extraordinary Egg by Leo Leone. Now, on this page, this is a frog. How many frogs do you see? Yes, 2. But there are 3 frogs in the story. There is Marilyn, August, and Jessica. But Jessica is always into something. She's curious. She's out looking for things. This is Jessica. Jessica is not always with the other 2, Marilyn and August, because she is curious. She's wandering. She's out and about. And they live at Pebble Island. Now, this particular day, Jessica has found something. It's not the same as anything she's ever found. It's not ordinary. It's extraordinary. It's different. It's out of this world. It's really special. And she wants Marilyn and August to be impressed, and they are. And she has found a pebble. Now, a pebble is normally a little bitty rock, but this is no little bitty rock. She found it in a big, like in an area of a mound or a big area or it's like a small pile of pebbles or stones. They're all together, but this one stands out. It's not like the other. It's perfect. It's different. It's white. It's round. But she decides, since this one stands out, Jessica is going to bring it home. And she's wondering, what will the other 2 frogs think? Marilyn and August, what will they think about it? So she rolls it home. And she is so proud, so excited that she's found something, and she's coming in there, and she's like, Marilyn, August, look, look, look. And she goes, guess what? It's an egg. So she's got to have schema about this. She's got to know that it's an egg and not a pebble. She's got to know something about this. She might know exactly what it is, but she's thinking, she's making an inference here. She's guessing it's a chicken egg. So her schema must be about a chicken. And they're like, well, how do you know this is a chicken egg? She goes, well, you just got to know. So, you just got to know it this time. Now, they've watched this egg closely and they've waited a few days, and all of a sudden, this creature, this egg, is starting to crack, and a creature is coming out of it. A creature is an animal. And they're like, it's got to be a chicken. So, in their schema, it must be a chicken. That's what they know about. And when the supposedly a chicken comes out of it, now I want you to look at this screen. Do you see a chicken? I want you to look closely. But they're thinking it's a chicken, and it's came out of this egg, and it's wanting to know where the water is, so they're leading it to the water. Now, this chicken throws itself into the water, and the frogs dive in after it. And all of a sudden, they realize that the chicken was a good swimmer. Now, I want you to think about chickens. Do you know about chickens and if they can swim? Well, they're inferring that they can in this story. And they are looking at this chicken and they're thinking, oh, she's showing us how to float and how to paddle. And they just have a great time. And they do this all day long. And all of a sudden, one day, August and Marilyn, they hear some confusion. They hear a commotion, like a lot of splashing going on. Come to find out that something was in trouble. They were frightened. They were scared. But after only a few moments, the chicken reappeared. You could see it again. And it saved Jessica. Jessica was tangled up in some weeds, and the chicken saved her. From that day on, Jessica was just inseparable with the chicken. The chicken rescued her and saved her, and they were just the best friends. They went to different places. They went to Jessica's thinking place. They were at a Big Pebble Monument, which is a place that you can remember a person or an event. And many days went by, and all of a sudden, they were out in a place they'd never been before, and a bird come down, and it said, "Oh my goodness, your mother has been looking for you." And so the bird takes the chicken to its mother. They followed the bird for a very long time. And all of a sudden, they came up to an extraordinary creature that they had never seen before. But this creature, or this animal, was asleep. But all of a sudden, the mother was the animal. And it cracked an eye open. Because a mother always knows its baby, realized that it was her baby. And she said, "Come here, my sweet little alligator." And Jess was like, "Alligator?" But they just loved on each other, and the alligator told her to come back and visit. Um, Jessica was telling the mother to come visit them. And so Jessica was so excited she couldn't hold it in. She got home and she told Marilyn and August what had happened. And she said, "We found the chicken's mother." And guess what that mother of the chicken said to her baby? She called her sweet little alligator. And they just couldn't quit laughing. They were so convinced and so persuaded that it was a chicken, but they thought it was hilarious and funny that the mother called it an alligator. So, boys and girls, the whole point of this story was that you can be friends with anything. You can persuade yourself and convince yourself to think things. It doesn't matter what you really are, it's how you treat each other and how you love and respect what each other are. I hope you enjoyed our story. Now, let's go back and look at some questions. Now, I want you to know, like, ask yourself, why are Jessica and the alligator such good friends? Was it because they enjoyed playing together? They were inseparable. They cared about each other. They helped each other. And I want you to try to think back really hard, okay? And then I want you to tell your mama or your daddy or your friend or your brother or sister something that you learned from this story, and try to tell me, because I learned a lot from this story and I enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed learning that you can be friends with anybody or any animal, according to this story. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read to you at another time. Have a great rest of the day. See you later.